Whew. Well, I was planning on going live post game. Figured I'd just fucking hop on now, make things a little easier. Maybe have a little discussion before. Um, what do you call it? Before this game pops back on. Ooh, hold on. So hold on. Let me just make sure. A couple things. Yeah. So this is odd. First game of the year. We have a big time fucking weather delay. Not very, not a very normal occurrence. But I figured I'd give you guys a place to come, chill, chat, hang out while we discuss weather delay, discuss the game itself. This has been quite the fucking football game so far. Um, it felt like at first the. Hold on, where the fuck is this? It kind of felt like the Cowboys were going to hang around. The Cowboys looked a little bit better than what we thought they might have been. But the Eagles are so fucking good, dude. Like the Eagles are absolutely such a wagon. Hold on. That they kind of just took off. Like it was this game's kind of been like the Eagles are like playing with their food at this point. You watching Dallas Philly? I got it on right now. They're in a weather delay, so we're chilling here. I figured I'd hop on the live and talk to you guys while the weather delay is going on. Figured I'd give you guys a a little bit of a chat. The fuck? Why isn't the chat box coming up? But I have been watching. It's quite the game, man. It's like I said, it's been a little bit like I said, it felt like Dallas was going to hang around. It felt like Dallas, threw the first punch. They were getting themselves they were in a rhythm, but they just cannot stop the fucking Eagles offense. Connor, what's up, my man? How are we? I like that you guys are on the appreciate you guys going to the horizontal feed. That's kind of sweet. But going to the horizontal. Hold on. Screw my bedtime. I mean, it's a little bit. I'm sorry I haven't been watching you. I've been dealing with school and stuff. Robert, don't ever apologize, man. Never apologize to me for missing a stream, for missing anything. It's never a problem, my man. Hold on. Wait, I gotta put this over here. Never an issue. Genuinely, I appreciate you guys showing up whenever you can. I understand life gets in the way sometimes. There is no reason to ever come to me and apologize for anything. Never apologize to me for missing streams and stuff. I get it. Life gets in the way sometimes. That's just the way things go. Hold on. That better? That is not better. I just got my football jersey number today. What number you got, Connor? What's your number? Not your phone number, but you know what I mean. Your fucking jersey number. That's good. It's just it's crazy, man. First game of the year to have a weather delay like this. This is kind of why I always make the I've always said every single new stadium in sports that like baseball, football, the sports that play outdoors, they need to start building these buildings to have either retractable roofs or they need to be fully dome stadiums. They need to stop allowing the weather to have any effect in any sort of sporting event. I think from now on it should be a mandate. Major League Baseball, the NFL, if you're building a new stadium, there has to be a dome. I decided to go with number 14 after Amon-Ra St. Brown and George Pickens when he was a Steeler. I like that. I like that a lot, Connor. 14 is a good football number. I think that's solid. And you're a tight end, right? Or wait, I like the number 14 when it comes to college football. I mean, it comes to college football to football. I always thought someday I'd be a quarterback, and 14 probably would have been my quarterback number, personally. But yeah, so that's that. Tight end and defensive end. I like that. Number 14 on the defensive end is kind of fucking sick. I think that's like a great low number for defensive end. I like those odd numbers when it comes to defensive ends. I think or defensive players in general. I kind of like when the defensive players have like small numbers like that, like 14 or like single digits. I think that's a great thing. But so far in this game, a couple things I don't understand. I drafted Javonte Williams in fantasy, so maybe I'm just a little bit upset from a natural standpoint at this one. But he's been running all over the fucking field. He's been running all over the Eagles defense. Why are they not giving him the ball? Why are they not feeding him more? Maybe like Schottenheimer wants to, mix carries a little bit, mix his two guys, but I don't really understand. I'm not getting the idea of, you got a hot running back, you got a guy in Javonte Williams who's running all over the fucking defense. Why don't you keep him on the field? It doesn't make sense to me. Can you stay alive for at least an hour that it's delayed for? That's what I'm going to try to do. That's the plan here, Bills fan. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you guys a place to come talk, maybe talk a little football. I wanted 22 because 22 has always been in my gamer tag. 22 is a good number too. But I got you, Bills fan. That's why I'm here. I decided to hop on because we got a rain delay. The first time in a long time I think we've had a game delayed by lightning, especially a nationally televised game, especially a game that's the first game of the season. It is just quite the turn of events. What's your thoughts on the game so far? I'm surprised, Bills fan. It felt like the Cowboys were going to hang around. It felt like the Cowboys were, they threw the first punch tonight. It'll be back on by 11:30. Okay. It was, it felt like the Cowboys punched them in the mouth first. I really felt like the Cowboys were going to kind of, set the tone. It was like, wow, this Cowboys team's a little better than we thought, and then their defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed, so they don't stand a chance. Enjoy this Eagles victory. You got about an hour of hanging out in the locker room. You never know what could happen. I was about to have a depression session. Why was that? It's just, it's crazy to me. I really thought, like, that first drive, the Cowboys, they kind of did whatever they want, but it's like, it's pretty much a man against boys out there right now, and the Eagles are just fucking imposing their will. It's nuts. I can't believe it. And they're doing it. It's happening so easy, too. It's a lot of like Jalen Hurts just getting out of the pocket and running. Every lightning strike within 5 miles of the stadium is an extra 30 minutes of a delay. Huh. Well, hopefully we're not fucking up till 2 o'clock in the morning. But if we are, we are. If it is, it is. It is what it is. I will be here. Players could literally take a nap in the locker room. Honestly, I'd probably do it. Yes, you're becoming an Eagles fan. I would never do that. I would absolutely never in my life enjoy anything in that fucking putrid city, let alone the sports teams. I just watched the game. I'm watching it as a neutral, NFL fan. The Eagles are pretty much doing whatever they want. You'd think the Cowboys, maybe their defensive plan would be, I don't know, spying on Jalen Hurts a little bit better. But even so, I feel like they've had the linebacker watching him, and Jalen Hurts is just outrunning them every time. It's kind of nuts. Are you going to go live for tomorrow's game? I don't know yet, Bills fan. Maybe before it. Probably not after. I'm going to be heading to a wedding. I have a wedding in Connecticut this weekend, Saturday. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live. I don't know if I'm going to be around for it. We are leaving Saturday morning, but I'm going to stay at my girlfriend's parents because she's already like 3/4 of the way. Not 3/4, but like she's further west on Long Island. So, she's already like halfway there. What town in Connecticut? I'm just not answering that question. There's no shot. Because that's the town I live in. What town? Wait, what town in Connecticut? All I'm saying is the wedding's in Connecticut. I'm not giving out my exact location. I mean the state I live in. You're watching rain on NBC? Yes, it is raining on NBC right now. NBC better not shove the rest of this game exclusively on Peacock. Of course. Do you think they would do that, Charles? Like, do you think that's something they would try to pull off? That'd be kind of fucking insane. Imagine they were like, yeah, you gotta subscribe to Peacock. Flay just saying hi, bye, watching the game. The game is currently postponed, Aaron. But appreciate you stopping by. That would be kind of nuts if they were just like, hey, you gotta watch the game on Peacock unless you're in the Dallas or Philadelphia area. Ugh, that'd be kind of miserable. I don't think they could do that, and I think the sponsors would be very upset. I'm highly disappointed in my Reds. Yeah, they kind of fell off a little bit. The Giants are chasing the Mets a little bit better than the Reds have recently. But what are you going to do? But yeah, Charles, I don't know if they could legally do that anyway. This is why NFL teams need indoor stadiums. Bills fan, I was saying it before. I think they need to they have to make every stadium that's an outdoor stadium. They need to start forcing these people to build these organizations to build domes and retractable roofs. Can you do an NFL immaculate grid? I think we're just going to talk football for now. Maybe if we wind down a little bit. NBC execs have a hard choice: cancel Jimmy Fallon to air the rest of the game, or make late night viewers on the East Coast rage over a show not airing. Yeah, I mean, I think the NFL trumps Jimmy Fallon a little bit. I would hope, at least. The Phillies are in a hitting slump, and the Mets aren't gaining. I mean, the Mets didn't gain, but don't forget, Italian Water Ice, we still got 4 more games, and we own you guys. So that lead is not as big as I think you would like. Don't forget who owns you. But I don't think people are going to be, and those NBC affiliates with news departments will likely be setting up their coffee machines to full power. It's going to be a long night for them. They won't turn the game off. It's a contract. Yeah, there's no way. They can't do that. I was going to say, there's no way legally they'd be able to do that. And that would be bad for the relations with the NFL if they did something like that. Well, you picked the wrong time to stream? What do you mean I picked the wrong time to stream? What does that even mean? Yeah, they legally cannot turn it off based on the contract. And that's the last thing you want to do is piss off the NFL. The NFL is king right now. So, yeah, it's a lot. Like, again, like I said, every single new building for a sport, like if it's Major League Baseball, if it's the National Football League, they need to start building every building to either have a retractable roof or don't. I posted an anti-Taylor Swift short last night. For the first couple minutes, it got over 800 views. Dude, Taylor Swift stuff fucking pops off. If they're going to catch the bouquet, maybe. We'll see. They technically could. The 2 cities of Philadelphia are the only cities contractually obligated to keep the game on. I don't think that's how that works. Blake, you tell me when the delay is over. I got you, 100%. Oh, am I? I'm chilling, SGA. We're just chilling. We're talking fucking football here. I figured I'd give you guys some rain delay theater. Come here, talk a little football while we get the chance. Falls Charles, the NFL has $1 billion contract. Yeah, Charles, it would be, first of all, the NBC would be playing with fucking fire if they decided, hey, let's just shut the game off to keep Jimmy Fallon on. The NFL is the absolute king. If every network could get the NFL football games, they would. Like, fucking MTV would take the NFL if the NFL was offering. I think we all love football. Do you think there will be another ejection scuffle in this game? I don't think so. I think they've done a good job of controlling it. We're in the weather delay. We are. Did y'all see Mr. Beast and NFL collab? The NFL is doing a great job of marketing its product, using guys like Mr. Beast, using these people that like are streamers and shit. Maybe someday they'll pay me to do it. Probably not. But it's a great way to get the product out there. That's in the case of the local markets. NFL rules require local markets to show the game in their entirety. You think turning off the game in overtime too or extra innings? No. Yeah, no, Charles. I think that would be one thing. I don't think that would happen. NBC has cut NASCAR off. Well, that's the thing, Charles. The difference between NASCAR and the NFL is massive. I understand that NASCAR is big. I'm not saying that NASCAR isn't a massive entity. I get that, but the contracts are so much different, and the NFL has so much more pull than NASCAR. Earliest return time is 11:15, they said. Yeah, as long as there's no more lightning in the area, then they should be all right. Then again, NBC's reputation. Well, was it NBC that was famous for cutting off the... was that the Raiders-Jets game that they cut off? Was that NBC? It hasn't happened in years. No, and they wouldn't do it. They're not going to. That was such an infamous moment in history. And like I said, with how popular the NFL is currently... and how many networks are trying to get involved with the NFL and are trying to get their hand in the NFL pot? The Heidi game. Yeah, exactly. 1970. With the amount of fucking networks that want their piece of the NFL, there's just no way. NBC would, they'd be basically committing, career suicide by deciding to shut down the NFL game so that they can air Jimmy Fallon. It won't happen. Imagine being fans in the station. In the stadium? Oh my God. It's got to be miserable. I can't imagine. Well, those people, it's not like anybody in Philadelphia has a job anyway, so I'm sure they'll just fucking stick around and watch the game. I had to throw that insult in there. I'm sorry. That was low-hanging fruit. Would be even funnier if they aired James Corden. I mean, James Corden's on CBS, so yes, that would be fucking insane. Bro, I'm a loyal fan, Bills fan, loyal Flay fan, Bills fan. Yeah, Aaron's always here. Beer sales and drunk drivers. I mean, what time in Philly do they shut down the beer carts, Italian Water Ice? Because I think in New York it's halftime they shut it down, or maybe the third quarter, maybe the end of the third quarter. If they're smart, they'd open up the beer carts again and let people, get a couple in. Or else you're gonna have a lot of hungover morons. I'm not just calling. I'm not saying morons because it's Philadelphia. I'm saying because everybody who goes to a football game and gets hammered turns into a moron. Yo, I'm here. Will the Savage, what's up, man? It's all good, Bills fan. I thought I was talking about an announcer. I see. Broncos are a sleeper team. You know what? Water Ice. I got to be honest. I'm sleeping big time on the Broncos this year. I'm not a big fan of the Denver Broncos. I think Bo Nix played out of his mind last year for the Broncos to sneak their way in the postseason. I feel like a sophomore slump's coming. Obviously, if Bo Nix plays as well as he did a year ago, they'll be fine. But I don't think that Broncos team is as good around Bo Nix as it was. And I doubt... I don't know. I just see a sophomore slump coming. Will you be... Wait, would you stay if it started until 2 a.m.? Yeah, I'll be here. I'm here until the game starts back up. I got you guys coverage. I'm here for you guys. I figured a little rain delay theater for everybody. If Eagles don't get there, Detroit too. Bo Nix and the defense is real good. Bo Nix had a good year last year. Like I said, I don't totally believe in him. You don't care. I don't fucking care. Stream East got banned. Stream East, I mean, there's so many alternatives. Stream East getting banned, it's just like another one pops up all the time. I remember it was such a big deal when Buff Streams got banned, and then Stream East came around. There's always another streaming service. Am I frozen? What the hell? Hold on. Dude, I just had the lag of the century. Hold on. It's because fucking Steam's always open. I gotta remember to shut Steam down. Cowboys are not winning. I always make the mistake. Steam like fucking tries to update everything while I'm streaming. I have Brees Hall on my fantasy team. I stayed far away from Brees Hall for the strict reason that I think Braylon Allen looked better than him in the preseason. And I think at some point Brees Hall is going to start losing carries. So I hope Brees Hall has a great year, but I just don't. I was very cautious with him. Cowboys are not winning. The Cowboys look good on that first drive, but the Eagles kind of started flexing their muscles and really put together a game. But look, this little delay, anything can happen. Who knows? They go in the locker room, they start hanging out. The Eagles maybe relax a little bit more. Cowboys come back out firing. This is the kind of shit you don't want as an Eagles fan, is a long delay. Because you never know what could happen. That's when things start getting crazy, dude. Well, don't say alone. I'll be back in 40 minutes. I'm going to take a shower. Maybe the delay will be over by then. Yeah, I hope it is by then. But I need my Cowboys to win. If not, I will crash out in school. Don't do that. It's not worth it. City of Champions? Who are you talking about? Saying champions with an S on the end is fucking hilarious. Wins one Super Bowl, all of a sudden we're City of Champions. Come on. I know you guys are delusional down there, but I didn't realize it was that bad. You guys have like one Stream East, Stream East I'm watching with a dumbass with pink hair make takes as a delusional Lions fan. Do I have a website that's like Stream East? I don't know. I mean, like, great. That doesn't make you the City of Champions. That's great. Congratulations. Doesn't make you a City of Champions. To declare that is just asinine. Especially when your basketball team is so miserable. Your hockey team, people don't even know they exist. And your baseball team gets knocked around by the Mets every year. My friend shot a bottle cap at a girl today. And what happened? Honestly, if there was a City of Champions right now, it would probably, like... I'm trying to think of the most recent team that's had a bunch of different champions. Probably... I don't even know. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Not really anybody. Cowgirls don't cry. It was burger night, burger, Cooper, sharp bacon, onion ring, and Parmesan ranch sells big. That sounds, dude, that sounds fantastic. Holy, Kmart, what's up? Christopher, what's going on, man? I mean, I'm not planning on eating again tonight, but you just got me fucking starving hungry now. Italian water rice. That sounds amazing. When's fantasy draft? We should not let Leangelo control it. Why not? I don't think the fantasy league's happening because we already had a game happen. Um, we didn't have enough people in it anyway, so it is what it is. I was gonna let you guys do the league, and I was gonna kind of stay out of it, but it is what it is. I have the TV on in my other room. Luckily, like, I did get kind of a guard from my mic, so you guys can't hear it. But I can, if the game comes back on, I'll go in there and I'm going to shut the stream down. I'll go live after the game, too. Go Eagles. Ugh. Bro, what's up? So far, I'm winning my fantasy week 1. Last time I checked, I have Javonte Williams in one of my leagues and 2 touchdowns right away, and then the Cowboys deciding just not to fucking play him. Kind of sucks. Hey, who are you rooting for in this matchup? Are you rooting for the Dallas Cowboys or are you rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles? Honestly, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me one bit. I'm testing out some new weed. I'll let you know how I feel about it. Perfect. Thanks. Cooper Sharp is basically real American cheese, the kind stores had 20 years ago. I was going to say, I've never heard of Cooper Sharp. I just figured it was like a cheddar, but like real American, dude. That's like my perfect burger right there. What you described is like, to me, the absolute perfect burger. I got the Philadelphia Eagles in my Week 1 NFL picks. A lot of people in my Survivor pool have the Eagles this week. I almost took the Eagles, but I went against it. I took a risk in Survivor this week. Like, I don't know if anybody's in a Survivor pool. I went risky, and I went with the Arizona Cardinals. You know, when are you ever going to get another chance to use the Arizona Cardinals this year? I feel like the Saints are really bad. Fantasy is down, check. Is it? Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get another opportunity to use the Cardinals this year. I think the Saints are fucking miserable. So I went with the Arizona Cardinals week 1. It might backfire. Hopefully not. But we're going to play that by ear. Cooper Sharp is a brand of pasteurized American cheese known for its smooth, creamy. All right. I never knew that. I never heard of Cooper Sharp. I assumed it was cheese because I think the only thing you describe as sharp is cheese. Because I'm too messy. And I'm too fucking clean. Told me get a job and then ask why you're not around. That's the first I've ever heard of Cooper Sharp. 17 games, got to take the easy wins early. Yeah, for sure. It's a marathon, but like for me, the thing with the Eagles was I think it's like weird the divisional games. I just like the Saints are so bad. I don't think the Saints are going to win a single game this year. I get score in the morning. I got to go. Good night, Connor. How long have you been a Jet fan, and who are your favorite players? I've been a Jet fan my whole life. My whole family, my grandparents, my dad, Jet fans, diehard Jet fans. My favorite player, like I'm not a big favorite players guy anymore, but I think my first favorite player was, I think I've said it before, was Chad Pennington. So I'd say Chad Pennington was probably my favorite player ever. I'm not really big on like getting attached to players anymore, just because they tend to come and go. Greg Arnold, how are we? I forgot my water. I left my water in the other room. I could really go for some hydration right now. Don't have it. But yeah, Chad Pennington was like the first Jet. I was like, this guy's the man. I think the weed was laced. GG. Uh-oh. What makes you say that? What makes you think that, Kmart? It's a thin pool of star players. I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's more so that like I don't get attached to players anymore. There's been some really good Jets over the years. Do you like donuts and coffee? Of course. Krispy Kreme or Dunkin'? Krispy Kreme by a mile. Krispy Kreme donuts beat the like blow fucking Dunkin' Donuts out of the water. It is like a Krispy Kreme. What's the word? Glazed donut. Phenomenal. You're a cool dude, Flay. I try. I try to just hang out and chill and fucking have a conversation with you guys. I appreciate that. Kidding. I was gonna say. You scared me a little bit there, Kmart. My backup in fantasy is MVP contender, Bills draftee, Nathan Peterman. Smart. I love chatting with you. I appreciate that, man. I like chatting with you guys. Honestly, you guys like. I'd be sitting here not talking to anybody about football right now if it wasn't for you guys. My girlfriend went to the U.S. Open tonight with her dad, so she's not even here. So that's kind of sick. I've been to the U.S. Open once. I was kind of upset he didn't ask me to go with him, but he took his daughter. I respect it. I get it. But, like, I feel like we have a bond at this point where it's like, hey, man, you know, why don't you give me a call? We love Flay. I appreciate that, guys. Really, I do. It means a lot. I love the Walmart donuts from the bakery section. The Walmart donuts. I've never had a Walmart donut. Is delay over? No, not yet. I think the earliest they could start it back up is 11:15. And guys, I don't know if you guys heard yesterday. I was talking about it yesterday. I did change my gaming channel to a separate like lifestyle channel. In case you guys were looking for another way to find me. I kind of just like this is gonna be me like with the hat off sort of thing. It's like the corniest fucking thing ever for me to say, but it's more so just my channel to talk about things that have happened in my life and kind of just discuss like other things that aren't sports. I'm gonna try to stick to sports here because I think like that's what we've pretty much broke it down to. Like this is kind of my sports channel. My other channel is gonna be my life channel and like you know things going on in the real world and shit. So if you guys want to check that out, it's there. It's at Flay's Life, by the way. And that's where, like, you're never going to see the giant hat like this. It's going to be more, like, real personal stuff. I've made 2 videos already. I told the story about my sister hitting a fucking bonus at a casino. Her first time ever. And then the story about how I maxed out my first credit card, like, really quick. And how I don't regret it. Because I was able to pay it off in a timely fashion. And, yeah, it sucked for a little bit. But, nope. We're not doing that right now. I went to the NBC Studios tour in New York City and I saw the sets of Kelly Clarkson, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and the Today Show. 30 Rock's one of the coolest places in New York City, honestly. Like, 30 Rock is, if you ever take a trip to New York City, that's a place you gotta go. Check out 30 Rock. You know, you see all these shows where they film all these different, all the different shows, like you said, Kelly Clarkson, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Today Show. I'm not adult enough to have this 5K line of credit. Yeah, that was like straight out of college. So Kmart, when you leave college, like, you get all these fucking credit card companies that are dying to have you. Luckily, I got it my last year, because I was like, I worked summer jobs where, you know, I had a bank account. So, I had all these different credit card companies reaching out. And I told the story how I only got the credit card in the first place because I needed it for, like, emergencies. But, I would say, like, if you're too young, do yourself a favor, stay away from a credit card as much as you possibly can. I don't like credit cards. I have one now, and it's really just for emergencies. Like, I'll use it once in a while to just build a little credit, but my first one, I went a little reckless with it. I still paid it off pretty quickly. Like, it was only a $5,000 limit on the thing, but I made a couple crazy trips and kind of spent that money right away. But But then I got my job. I had my first job. I kind of just had to bear down and fucking pay it off, and I don't regret a thing. I'm gonna start a reselling business. I have some valuable shit I have got over time. Accidentally ordered 1,400 free mailers because you could use acetone to remove the USPS vinyl. Technically not illegal. I have that shit too. I have like a bunch of boxes because I was gonna start reselling. There's a there's a thrift store right down the road from me. Some of the best things you could do, like if you get good at it, I've made a little bit of money. I've bought like some jeans that I've resold online. Like I probably made about like $150 reselling, nothing crazy. But there's great websites like Depop or Depop, eBay even, Etsy, where you can resell. You can like buy stuff at like a thrift store that has like good monetary value, and sell it on online for a good price. But guys, I am gonna hop off for a little bit. I'm gonna reset my computer so I can stream later because it's really not running great right now. But I will see you guys in a little bit.